This week, the Lions are facing off against the Carolina Panthers. Let's talk Lions. Thank you for liking, thank you for commenting, and thank you for subscribing. So this week we are heading down to Carolina, and we are facing off against the Panthers, Teddy Bridgewater's Panthers. I'm so used to it having been Cam Newton's that this is going to be weird. The last time, actually very interestingly enough, the last time we played Carolina was week 11 in 2018. How can the Lions beat the Panthers? Let's break it down. First and foremost, it works out in our favor. Christian McCaffrey will not be suiting up to face off against us this week. That works out really well for us. That is a whole element of the game. Christian McCaffrey is insane. He's incredible. The guy is a god out there. Not having to stop him specifically while trying to stop the run is huge, especially because we have struggled this year on the rush defense. Now, last week, you look at what we were able to do up against Washington. Our pass D played a great game for 3 quarters. Our defense in general last week for the first 3 quarters was great. We were able to keep Washington to 3 points for 3 quarters. And then or for 2 quarters, and then going into the end of the third, into the fourth, that's when they really came alive. They were able to put up the amount of points they did. That's when Alex Smith started getting a lot of the yardage he did. Our pass defense is going to have to show up this week. 2 good things for us is Carolina's rush defense isn't that good. It's ranked 29th in the entire league when it comes to average yards a carry that they're allowing. It's at 4.8. And when you look at DeAndre Swift's best 3 games, his top 3 games, he's averaging 4.9 yards a carry in those games. Also, their rush defense is ranked 20th in the NFL when it comes to the amount of yards they give up in a game on average. The pass defense is also not good. They're ranked 22nd in the NFL when it comes to the amount of yards that they give up per game, and it's at an average of 255. When it comes to Bridgewater, he's a bit of a wild card. You look at his stats, watch the way he plays. One week, the guy's QBR is ranked at 40, and then the next week, he's at 90. So and that's every other week. So you never really know what you're going to get from him. Last week, he didn't even break 150 yards against the Bucs. All in all, Teddy Bridgewater, he has good games, and then he has games that you're just like, are you a backup for Cincinnati? I don't even understand what's going on. His QBR is sitting right at that 73 range. So all in all, he's sort of just like a C type of QB. It's just the letter C. Got a C in math, Mom. All right. We do have the unfortunate rumblings of potentially no Amendola, who hurt his hip last week, and also Marvin Jones, who played the whole game, but at the end of the game, it turns out he didn't practice Wednesday. So with that, those are 2 key elements because A, if we don't have Gallaudet, and then we don't have Amendola in the slot, and if somehow Marvin Jones can't play, that's going to put us in a bind, and a lot is going to have to come down to our running game and giving that ball to Swift. Now, we looked at Swift earlier this week. Obviously, I put out a video that you can check out where I talk about his progress as a whole. Last week against Washington, he put up 5.1 yards a carry, which was awesome. He ran for 81, 86 yards with 16 attempts. So they trust Swift. They're giving him the rock. And if we are out Amendola and Marvin Jones and Golladay, you can bet we're going to see Swift running with that. Another major thing that we're going to have to look out for is Stafford. So Stafford threw for one of his best games this year last week against Washington. And that's against a team that was one of the best pass Ds in the league going into last week. And Stafford had a day. He did great. And that was without Kenny Gallaudet on the field. All in all, Stafford did awesome up against one of the best pass Ds in the league. And so here we are going into a pass D that's ranked 22nd overall. That could be huge for us. However, Stafford did hurt his thumb. He tore a couple ligaments in it. We're waiting to hear more about it. It sounds like overall, though, he will be playing this Sunday. That's what the impression they have given us, basically making it seem like, yeah, Stafford will be playing. Don't worry. But, they're also trying to cover their bases to be like, heads up, just in case you see Chase Daniels running out there and we're all like, oh, God, here we go. Because obviously we are still in the playoff hunt. I know. Those are big words there, but let's just put them on the back burner for now and let that baby boil. Also, some big news is Gallaudet was at practice on Wednesday. Obviously, he hurt his hip in week 8 up against the Colts. We haven't seen him since then. This would be his 3rd consecutive week out. However, he was out at practice on Wednesday, limited practice, of course. And so we hopefully could see Gallaudet on the field. So if he is out there on the field, that will prove to be huge for Matt Stafford and the boys in Honolulu Blue. The Lions are scraping by, just trying to get back to that 500 record in the hunt for the wild card. Now, obviously, we're trying to fight with the Bears and the Vikings in our own division. That's a debacle. That's a mess. I think Detroit can pull this win out. And I'm not going to say handily, but we really should win this game. If I had to put a score on it, I would go Detroit 27, Carolina 17. A lot will hinge on whether Danny Amendola, Marvin Jones, or Gallaudet are in or not. That's going to be big. We'll find out more about that this week. With Gallaudet in, I think Detroit should put the W up pretty clearly, if I may say. However, it is Detroit, and we like to make things difficult, if you will. Who do you think is going to win this game? Drop your thoughts in the comment. Throw your score prediction down there. And I'll see you Sunday.